Everybody, Andy here again, down on the beach. Lovely sunny February day. Should be March really, I think, or April with this weather. But anyway, what I want to talk about today was something I suddenly thought to myself the other day, and I nearly sort of tweeted it, one of those sort of stupid tweets that I do occasionally, was that I still don't know what I want to do when I grow up. And that sort of came about for a number of reasons, partly because things that I'm doing, things that I'm able to do now, or dabbling in, should we say, these days. But also talking to some friends the other day who've got a son, the same age as my son, and they sort of made a decision to go into a particular line of work. And then a few years later, literally only 2 or 3 years later, realised that wasn't quite for them, and that they're now going to go to university and study something completely different, a completely different subject, which to me sounds far more interesting and obviously does to the person involved. But it's that old story of having to make decisions when you're really young, especially if you've got a dream that you want to pursue or something like that. You have to make these decisions usually at quite an early age, and most of us aren't really equipped for that type of thing, or we're not given the tools to make those decisions. This particular course that this person, I'm going to go in case someone knows who it might be, what they've gone into, it's not one of those subjects that's ever taught at school. It's not one of those options that you can do at school. And if you think about it in that way, in the British system, and I don't know what it's like elsewhere, but children have to make decisions at sort of 13, 14 years of age, have to options as to what they want to do. They're allowed to drop certain subjects and carry on with others or start new topics. Well, if you're 13, 14 years old, do you really know what you want to do? And hence the fact that people probably go into what could be classed as lazy topics in inverted commas, because they're easy and they're, you just want to get through your school life and get out there and start earning money type of thing, if you've got the opportunity. But if you actually want to do something, the chances are that by the time you're 20, 21 or even older, or even if you're in your 40s or something, you'll suddenly find that you're not actually doing what you want to do. In some ways you've actually wasted your life, because you then either have to drop out of what you're doing and start all over again and take that big decision and change, and you've got a family, a mortgage, house and marriage and all the kids and all those sort of things. Like most of us have got that sort of emotional or financial baggage, shall we say, and it's not easy to do what you want. So I suspect that most people are running around on the old hamster's wheel of life, not actually doing what they want to do. And it's a real pity that you see people who are stuck in jobs. Yes, there's always going to be people who are quite happy to just bundle along and earn a little bit of money and just carry on, and maybe work to live instead of live to work type of thing. But there are others who actually want to get stuck into a particular topic, a specific subject. He might be a musician, something that I know a little bit about, but even then, there's a hard decision. I've made videos about this before. You have to make hard decisions and tough decisions that when you go into these things, do you really want to do that? And are you actually equipped at a young age to do it? Maybe a young age is the best time because you're full of youth and you don't really give a monkeys about anything of what goes on. So you're more likely to do it. But my sort of age, you are then stuck, or even younger than me, you get stuck into something. When I started work, I drifted into the particular job because I didn't know what I wanted to do. Exactly what I'm talking about here. I had no great ambitions to do anything, and I've learnt far more since I've left school than I ever did when I was in school, about life skills, about general things, and pursuing interests that I like. I've got a lot of interests which I've been able to pursue some of them. Now that I'm not in work, or not very much work, I'm able to pursue them a bit more. Okay, I could maybe take that even further, but then you get the catch-22, you need money to do it, and if you haven't got the money you can't do it, but you can't get the money because you're not earning the money, if you see what I mean, if that makes any sense whatsoever. But you are able to sort of maybe pursue some of your dreams, and some of these things that come along these days. There's so much more out there, I suppose. New avenues of employment come, a lot change, don't they? And that's another thing. You get people who are finding themselves being thrown onto the scrap heap because their trades are disappearing, their particular type of manufacture or industry or whatever just isn't there anymore. What the hell do they do? They've been sucked into that life with no real great skills, none that are transferable, a bit like myself when I was stuck until I got into the management side of things. I suppose this gave me a whole new skill set, I think is the expression that they use. But now I'm in a slightly different position and can pursue things, but as I said, they don't necessarily give me any money. I'm lucky that doing this type of thing has enabled me to do other things and pursue some of my interests in the situation that I'm able to do that. So many other people aren't able to do that. I'm actually going away in March I'm going away for 2 weeks to Spain to make some videos for someone, because of the videos that I've made on here. That would never have happened if it hadn't have been for, you know, doing this type of thing in the past. But I had the opportunity to go with it. It's a free holiday. I have to make these videos, but I was given the opportunity of up to 2 weeks free accommodation. So I took the 2 weeks free accommodation, and I've asked other people to come with me, but they can't because they're stuck. They'd love to come because it would be the type of thing they want to do and might even help them in the future and that, but they can't give up that 2 weeks of time. I totally understand that, and I can see that. I've actually got someone coming along with me now, but they're just coming because it's a holiday. Although, you know, we'll have a bit of a laugh and we can make videos and do that sort of stuff as well. So, you know, there's that real catch-22 situation about that, is that, you know, if people are in that situation where they can pursue their dreams and either drop out, have got the courage to do that and pursue them, often that doesn't necessarily lead you where you want it to go. But, you know, it's one of those real dilemmas in life, I think. You know, we don't, so much of the time we don't know what we want to do with our lives, and if we do know, chances are that it's out of hand's reach all the time. So hopefully, you know, I'll finally find out what I want to do, and then I may be able to pursue it. But sometimes, for me, there's just too many things. I've got my fingers in too many pies and too many interests to actually concentrate on one. Maybe someone needs to nail me down to one of them. Anyway, I'll just sit here on the beach and I'll speak to you again soon. Goodbye.